Good evening. Welcome to the Stephen Knight Show. Hope you're having a great Monday. We're going to try our best to make it even better for you tonight. We are breaking down all the hot topics everyone's talking about. We discuss Trump's well wishes to the radical left lunatics and the rest of America on Easter Sunday. Then the FDA shuts down food safety quality checks amid staff cuts and the passing of Pope Francis. We discussed that as well. Plus, find out how the movie Sinners did at the box office and who they have rumored to be the front runner for the remake of The Bodyguard. Find all that and much more. We're glad that you're joining us. We're on Facebook, Blue Sky, X, of course, our YouTube channel, The Stephen Knight Show. Please subscribe. Now, yesterday was Easter, so I hope you had a great Easter Sunday. And tomorrow is Earth Day. So this year's Earth Day theme is Our Power, Our Planet. And they're calling for everyone to unite around renewable energy so we can triple clean electricity by 2030. Now, how can you help? You can go to earthday.org by educating, advocating, mobilizing your communities. You can create or find an Earth Day action on that same website and share it on social media. You can also find other resources like organizing tools, quizzes, and more to take action tomorrow, April 22nd on Earth Day and every day. So let's make this world a better place, the Earth. But we're very excited because the OG, Chike, is back. Chike, everybody want to know, where have you been?
All right, so because of the fortunate experiences that I've had since I've been on this show, I mean, you guys watch me over the years, the brand is growing. Mm-hmm. And I finally got to a point where I'm really doing more than I can actually do. So I needed to take a pause to actually complete some other things. I'm being pulled in a bunch of different directions. And I'm working for a bunch of other establishments as well. But Stephen Knight Show is always going to be home. I will always be around. I may vanish again, but I will always come back. But yeah, it's been a big blessing, and the brand of Chike Evans is growing, and I'm so thankful for it.
Love to hear it. Love to hear it. I was telling you that I watched your live with our friend of the show, Faith Evans, on Instagram Live.
Homie.
I watched that. Yeah, that was really good. So, congratulations on all your success. Really.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And Linnea's been out. She's in school. Chike has been a busy man, but our homie Shaq has been holding down the fort. One of the hosts of the Let's Be Clear podcast. What can you tell us about the podcast, Shaq?
We just filmed this weekend.
The first episode.
Yeah, it was fun. We had a lot. It was goofy, honestly. We had a lot of fun. So
this is season two.
Yes, wish us well on editing because it was goofy. And as we already have established, like you said, people are busy, so just kind of making time. Yeah. It's a lot. So shout out to you for keeping things moving right with the show, but just kind of learning as I go as well that it can be a lot, but we're not giving up on it. We have fun doing it, and so April 23rd is expected, but you can follow and keep up at official LBC podcast.
Yes.
Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, all the good things.
Yes, and our girl Brittany. How you doing, Brittany?
Hey, I'm good. How are y'all?
Good. All right. Well, our question of the day is: what is your go-to lie when you're trying to get out of plans? I'll start with you, Brittany.
That should be. Why you had to start with me first? Okay. I ain't gonna lie. I put it on my kids.
All parents do that.
I do. I be like, yeah, look, I ain't gonna even lie. I put it on them. They got something going on. They do. I be like, that's my first go-to.
I believe it.
I be like, burn the house down. I gotta go. Bye, y'all.
No, real quick. Last night, Miss Parker, who used to be on the Stephen Knight Show, she hosted an Easter dinner, and this one of the guests, she called out last minute, said her daughter had homework. I want to say they didn't know all weekend she had homework. I said she blamed on the kids.
Wait a minute, homework is Easter break. It's Easter break. Nobody's in school.
Right.
Nobody's in school. It's Easter break.
If I can't blame it on them, I just disappear. Y'all be like, damn, Brady, stop responding in the group. Like, you won't hear from me no more. I just drop off the face of the earth. I'm good for that.
Chike, what's your go-to?
At this stage in the game, I don't think that I have one because I'm at a man at an advanced age and we just don't care no more. I don't have any reason to lie to you.
I ain't going.
I don't want to. I ain't doing it.
What about you, Shaq? Do you have a go-to?
I try not to lie on things that could possibly happen. So I kind of steer away from that. I don't want no karma coming back and saying, see, that's what you get for lying. But usually I just say I'm tired.
Yeah.
Usually honestly be the truth. So I'm kind of with Chike on that one. Like my tired is pretty much saying no, I'm not going, or I'm not interested, or I don't know who for to be there, all of that. So whatever the case is, it's like I'm a little tired.
Yeah.
Take pictures.
I say I just can't make it. But my sister, when we were in college, we both worked together, and she would kill everybody off in the family. And I remember wouldn't tell me. It wouldn't tell me. And so I remember one time, but she would use situations that happened, but she used them today when it happened like years ago. So like my dad had passed out one time. He hadn't taken his blood pressure pills, whatever, right? So I get to work, and everyone's like, "How's your dad doing?" And I said, "He's fine." What? And they were like, "Yeah, Kim said." I said, "Oh yeah, he's much better." I'm like, "What are you telling me?" And I told her, "Stop using family." She said, "What happened?" It did happen. Well, go on Blue Sky or X and let us know what is your go-to lie when you are trying to get out of plans. All right, well, yeah, as we said yesterday was Easter Sunday, and President Donald Trump made his sure to wish all Americans a happy Easter, even those he condemns. While taking the Truth Social, Trump's Resurrection Sunday message read, "Happy Easter to all, including the radical left lunatics who are fighting and scheming so hard to bring murderers, drug lords, dangerous prisoners, and mentally insane and well-known MS-13 gang members and white beaters back to our country." He continued, "Happy Easter to all the weak and ineffective judges and law enforcement officials who are allowing this sinister attack on our nation to continue, and attacks so violent that will never be forgotten. Sleepy Joe purposely allowed millions of criminals to enter our country, totally unvetted and unchecked, through an open borders policy that will go down in history as the single most calamitous act ever perpetrated upon America. He was by far our worst and most incompetent president, a man who had absolutely no idea what he was doing. But to him and to the person that ran the manipulated the auto pen, perhaps our real president, and to all the people who cheated in the 2020 presidential election in order to get the highly destructive moron elected, I wish you, with great love, sincerity, and affection, a very happy Easter. In another post, he continued and wished happy Easter from his wife, Melania Trump, writing, "Melania and I would like to wish everyone a happy Easter, whether you are heading out to church or watching the service from home. May this day be full of peace and joy for all who celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. He has risen." Meanwhile, former President Barack Obama shared a simpler and sweeter post from him and his wife, Michelle Obama. He wrote, "To everyone celebrating today, Michelle and I wish you a blessed and happy Easter. And to all the kids setting off for an Easter egg hunt, good luck. We're rooting for you." So this is our commander-in-chief. He couldn't have just stuck with the second post. He had to do the first post. Chike, what are your thoughts on our leader?
That's a loaded one. We'd be here all night. But our kidnapper and human trafficker in chief, yeah, he's a piece of work.
Yes.
And the fact that he even knew what Easter was to speak on Easter. I mean, listen, I'm numb to him. I try to phase him out. I try not to listen to him. I want to fast forward past these 4 years and come up differently on the other side. You just got to take it as it comes. Keep your faith, and I don't really have I don't have an opinion. Trash.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on his Easter wish to America?
He just be so full of shit. Like Donald Trump, it's sometimes like before this, we used to all laugh at him. He's
Right.
still laughable, but the thing he's just got more insidious with it. And I think that he thinks, and along with his administration of misfits, that when they speak, you can if you have the intellect, if you're intelligent enough, that he's speaking to he's feeding that red meat to his base, right? He's saying all the things that they want to hear. He is risen. I mean, we all know that, but we know you're not just like why are you like you're saying it as if you're a Christian and you believe in all the things and we know you don't.
Right.
You're doing this to speak to your base. And I just the hypocrisy and all of it, it gives I guess more so like rite of passage for other people to do the same thing. And we're starting to see that even more in the administration. So, these posts are becoming, it always has been his way of just kind of like that messaging, right? Instant messaging overnight when you're laying down, like all the things he kind of continues to feed it. Then they go to Fox News and they're gonna say how wonderful like it's just so much. So I honestly I just don't mess with the holidays. Don't mess with people who that one moment where people are like, okay, I'm just gonna not think about the news, not think about the troubles, not think about nothing, and I'm just gonna enjoy family. We don't want to hear from you.
Right.
Like, we just don't. Just shut up. So just thought it was BS, honestly.
And Fox News show Putin attended service in Russia.
Oh wow. Kudos to him.
Brittany, what are your thoughts on all this?
I was surprised he was a Christian. I mean,
Brittany.
I was.
Remember 2 Corinthians when he was reciting the Bible?
Oh,
he is not Christian.
I thought people wrote the prompt for him.
No,
they did.
Yeah.
Don't let him fool you, Brittany.
Why he write Happy Easter? I mean, I'm just.
He's risen.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
So I was surprised he was Christian.
Even Satan sits in the pulpit.
Right. That's true.
What denomination y'all think he is?
Heathen.
Definitely evangelical.
Heathen.
The kind of denomination that holds the Bible upside down.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Well, on a move raising more concerns across the food industry, the FDA shuts down food safety quality checks amid staff cuts putting key food testing programs on hold. According to Rutgers, an internal FDA email revealed that due to a wave of layoffs, the agency has paused its laboratory quality control programs, a decision that could impact national food safety. Now, the cuts are reportedly impacting testing on cyclospora in spinach and glyphosate pesticide in barley, 2 areas that are essential for tracking contamination risk. Now, the suspended programs are part of the FDA's human food program based on the Monifah Center and linked to Food Emergency Response Network, which coordinates federal and state labs during foodborne outbreaks. The email obtained by Rutgers noted that staff reduction, including key quality assurance officer and analytical chemist and 2 microbiologists. Without this team, the agency reportedly lacks sufficient resources to conduct quality checks for multiple pathogens and contaminations. Now, among these suspended tests, we talked about Clyospora. That's a parasite often found in imported produce like leafy greens, and it causes severe intestinal illness. Glyphosate is a controversial pesticide commonly sprayed on grains like barley. It currently is under scrutiny for a potential health risk. And bird flu in dairy products. Now, earlier this month, the FDA also suspended its initiative to improve bird flu testing in milk and dairy amid the same testing shortage. The suspension is currently set to last through September 30th, but critics worry that this delayed data can on contamination risk and slow down responses to foodborne illness outbreaks. I'll start with you, Brittany. Is this another Doge? What are your thoughts on these cuts?
I
Can somebody else go first? Because I have my thoughts, but I be feeling like my thoughts they need to be tapered sometimes. So let me sit with my thoughts.
Good. Chica.
Did you say me? Me?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes.
All right. So we're supposed to be making America great again, right? How is this making America great again when you want to systematically kill off its citizens?
Right.
You created these tariffs because you wanted all the business to be from the United States of America. But you go in and you're dissecting the core things that make us strong and make us healthy. And you want us to grow goods here again. You want us to create goods here again. How is this helping by dissecting the very thing that can help us out and make us healthy? How is that helping? What's the end game here? Is the end game for you to take away healthcare, take away Social Security, take away all the things that help us, that support us to make us strong, and then slowly poison us to kill us off?
Mm-hmm.
And you're starting with the most vulnerable. So you're starting with the weak. And so who's going to be left? And that's not a question to you guys. That's a question to all of the people that hear this broadcast. Who's going to be left after all of those people die off, get sick? Who's left? Think about that.
Yeah.
So think about the agenda.
And everyone knows food is medicine. Food is medicine in your body. It impacts your health. Shaq.
And FDA is food and drugs, so it's not just going to be food. This is the beginning of it.
Yep.
So it's going to go over to drugs too. So the people that are already compromised health-wise and they're going to need medication to sustain life, they're coming there next. Yeah. So what's going to happen?
Shaq, what are your thoughts?
Sorry. I do agree with you, Kay. It's definitely an agenda. And it's kind of laid out for you, right? It's not just one thing. It's kind of like a connecting dot things, right? Like you talk about, improving food quality, according to Robert. But also too, you're cutting the most vulnerable. So those two things don't make sense. Right. And so, it's once again, this is the agenda to, again, this red meat, he loves the poorly educated, he loves the intellectually lazy that, just accept what is given to them and think that, okay, this is the person that represents me. He has my belief, he speaks my beliefs, racism, bigotry, and all the above. So, and when it comes to that, as far as like the food, I mean, that's really scary. Like you said, food is our medicine. So, I think about when I was reading over this, I thought about this post I seen on social media. This lady who, I think she's in all places, New York or somewhere. She has her own garden back in the back. Yep. And when I tell you, she said she started off like not knowing what she was doing, and she kind of got into it. It takes a lot of time. Sometimes more people don't have it, but she grows almost everything in her backyard. She got chickens, she got everything. And I was just thinking like, wouldn't that be great, right? Would I have to worry about what our food is doing to us and we have to go pay for it, which is shooting up in price. So everything, like both of you were saying, is just like a full cycle. And so for people who don't understand that and not looking at that in its entirety, sometimes it gives you pause about where we are in America and how people are thinking and what is important to them. Everything that they deem is important is really, really not. This is important because this affects pregnant women, what they put in their bodies, you know what I mean? And so you got to think about all of that, all those things. And I don't think people really think about that.
Absolutely. Brittany?
I always be telling y'all, like, I be thinking about the conspiracy, but I be thinking it's population control. But, like, that's just me. Like, we are overpopulated. It is a population control. So they really ready for people to just start dying off. And, some people are living longer and stuff. Like, they don't want that. Like, we running out of space, out of resources and stuff like that. And then, and then women on the city now.
Control with a specific population in mind.
And then, now it should be like, everybody on this whole beauty kick, the BBLs and the people that look a certain way. So now the people doing Ozempic and getting all these weight loss shots and stuff like that are not FDA approved for a specific reason. So, it's just, in my mind, they just providing ways for us to kill ourselves. I be feeling like, but I know I be taking it too far. Because first it was the virus. I always say this, and then, so, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop myself. I had to really back in, Steve, and that's why I be like, don't do me first sometimes.
But I think that you are on, like, it makes sense though. You can't rule those things out because you think that it's so far out there, because if you look at our administration, that is beyond out there. You know what I mean? Look at everyone. You can name everyone in the administration. You thinking like, how in the hell why are you even here? You're unqualified. You got criminal records. You have a nasty history. Like, so your line of think, I don't think is that far out. You know what I'm saying? We have to kind of rule some things in. We can't ignore what we see. Like, our common sense tells us this is what's happening. So
yeah.
If in the worst case scenario, right? If he is Dr. Evil, right? And he had a mastermind plan and he was going to take over the world, what the conspiracy theories suggest, right? Is that you can kill like 20 birds with one stone. Why wouldn't you do those things? When you think about them, you lay them out on paper. I always call stuff like that when you lay stuff out like making sugar cookies, very basic ingredients. Just lay it out and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't you do stuff like that? You have people's minds, you have their attention, and you're going to make money off of it.
Yeah.
Oof, triple threat.
Yeah. Like you said, is America great yet? Are we great yet? Well, sadly, Pope Francis, history's first Latin American pontiff, has passed away at the age of 88. Cardinal Kevin Farrell, the Vatican person, announced he is passing today at 7:35 a.m. The Bishop of Rome, Francis, returned home to the Father. His entire life was dedicated to service of the Lord and of his church. Now, according to AP News, Pope Francis suffered from chronic lung disease and had part of one lung removed as a young in his young years. Back in February of this year, he was admitted to the hospital for a respiratory crisis that turned into double pneumonia. He was hospitalized for 38 days. And, wildly enough, he attended Easter services yesterday, even gave a speech, and he was told by doctors not to be around large crowds, but he said he wanted to die pretty much in the woods. He wanted to die doing what he does. And so, he was known for being a transformative pope. He was open to LGBTQ people, like he didn't shun them. He said, "Who am I to judge?" He was open to a lot of things that I saw this woman, she was saying that he wasn't as conservative as the other popes, and that's why people liked him, because he's for the people. And he realized that he wasn't the judge. But it's been coverage all day. They thought he was going to pass in the hospital, but he didn't. Brittany, what are your thoughts on his passing and his impact on the world?
I really don't know much about like the popes and stuff like that. Like I never really followed a lot of them, but I was watching the news this morning and I saw like everybody speaking on his passing, showing different news clips of like him in the past and stuff like that. And he seemed to be a very like lead with love type of person and very like just humble and approachable and stuff like that. So I mean, he died at 88. I tend to say people that die at that age be like, well, at least they got to live a good life. It's always sad when somebody's life is taken short, but it sounds like he made a great impact and lived a great life. So, hopefully he's in a better place.
And Shaq, I saw on the news that it said when he was a lot younger, he was a bouncer at a club. What are your thoughts on the passing of this pope?
I think that the passing of a pope I think that hopefully he's in a better place. Everyone is not perfect, as you can see, and I don't like Brittany. I'm not too keen about his, on the background when it comes to Catholic Church and all of that. But I do know that he was a great humanitarian, and I think he spoke a lot out about marginalized people. So I think that, using that platform, regardless if it's, the Lord, it coincides, right? A true Christian, Catholic priest, whatever, you want to help the poor. You want to speak for those people. I just thought it was really funny that, excuse my French, this one bitch I can't stand,
Lady Vance.
Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Oh,
had comments saying that evil is being defeated in the presence of the God. Like, I just like, everyone knows I cannot stand her. Like, if there's one,
right.
when I say I don't like her, I do not like her big face ass. I don't. And it just shows you once again, anyone who is like what we just talked about, feeding that red meat to the base. How are you going to associate this man who speaks up for marginalized people as evil?
Right.
When you yourself, right?
Right.
It's kind of like manifesting all of this. So hopefully he's in a better place. I don't think the Pope could withstand too much of what's going on now with the president in the world, state of the world right now, globally, what's happening. So, I think that the post that we're seeing, and just as a reminder of what, religion and things are supposed to be about, helping people, and as we move forward, I think that's important to protect like the righteousness of it, not the stuff that MAGA is talking about. It's important to remember and protect that, have faith, have religion. That's your right in this country. So, and we're looking at all the stuff when they speak bad about Muslims and the Palestinians, like all of this, right? So I just think again, we have to keep our eyes on the prize on that because it's important. But no, his death I don't feel any sadness.
Yeah.
From it. Everyone is going through things, and I think that he's in a better place.
Yeah. Chika, he spoke out against the sexy scandal in the Catholic Church with the young boys. He said that he believed in punishment. He wasn't hiding anything when it comes to that. He also spoke out against the Trump administration and their immigration policies. And of course, Donald Trump bashed him. But what do you think? What do you think the significance of him being a kind of game changer in that role as Pope?
So, I don't know if people are aware, but the Catholic Church and the Vatican kind of leads the world in the way that we think about things. And he was by far in my lifetime the most progressive Pope. I don't think that I've ever experienced a Pope that was, more open arms and more loving to everyone and inclusive as he was. I will say this, what a G-boss move it is for you to leave this earth the day after Easter and to leave with double infinities. That's a sign. To me, that's a sign. And I think that for me personally, it's a good omen of things to come. It gives me hope as moving forward. Yeah.
Well, rest in peace to the Pope. Now, when we come back, we'll discuss the movie Sinner's success in the box office. Tracee Ellis Ross explains why she dates younger men and find out who's rumored to be the front runner in the Bodyguard remake. All that and much more. Keep it locked.